Why are you guys itching so much?
Because I'm a leper.
Ooh.
Oh. Sorry about that, man.
It's
a shame.
The fortune cookie was right. Many exciting things this year.
Wow.
Oh my God. We are itching because we have poison ivy real bad.
Oh,
Damn.
Because we're real smart.
Did you get that from crawling in the marshes?
Almost. We have hedges in our backyard, so it's a little less wet, but probably similar.
Yeah, our hedges are not holding back anything, though. This is...
Well, that's a bit personal. Welcome to Fool of a Took. We're here to talk about the Two Towers, Chapter 2 of Book 4, The Passage of the Marshes, which might be one of my favorite chapters I read this week. Guys?
That's good. I'm glad to hear that you liked it so much.
that's really surprising because I found it very brutal to get through. Everything about it was miserable. I could feel like the hunger, the exhaustion, the fear. They didn't know who to trust, who not to trust. I don't know. It was just gave me a lot of anxiety. I mean, some of the language was some of my favorite Tolkien writing yet. I will say that. And I can't wait to discuss that further. But
did I enjoy reading it? No. But did we learn a lot? Also, no.
Chapter 1 was The Taming of Smeagol. Book 4 began by switching to Sam and Frodo's journey. They are struggling to traverse the Emyn Muil, and Sam nearly hurls himself off a tall ledge. They manage to rappel down the cliff after Sam remembers he has some elven rope. Gollum had been following them the whole time, and they finally capture him. Eventually, he promises to lead Frodo and Sam to Mordor.
very nicely done. Very succinct.
That's good. Did it in 10 minutes.
It was good. You should give Tolkien
minutes.
some notes on how to speed things up.
Concise.
Oh man. Yeah, this was a chapter where whole chapters could have been paragraphs.
What was his name? J.R.R.R. Are you done yet?
Oh my God.
You're an animal.
I do want to know like what those early conversations with his first editor was. The editor like circled things and he just was like, no. That's staying. And here's why. In the second book I wrote just about this will come back. And he's like, what is that? And he goes, at the end of the last book, I'm going to write another book that's just notes.
I need this.
I need
You brought
this.
up someone named Thomas, but he's coming when? 11 books from now.
Yep. Or never.
Damn it, J.R.R.R.
So this is like, it's a really funny point, but it's real.
Right.
Because Tolkien is doing his best to like submerge us in a truly miserable place and truly miserable experience, right?
Right.
And for a veteran of the First World War, what could be worse than swampy trenches and a no man's land and whatever the fuck's on the other side, right?
The mucky muck world.
I wish I knew the rest of that song, but
know. That's what just came to mind
High
when you
above
said
the
that.
mucky muck.
High above the mucky muck. Yeah.
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. That was a quick strike. We're copyright strike. We're going to get on that one.
Okay. So the chapter opens up with us being like fully introduced to Gollum in like guide mode and like hunting dog mode because he's like down on all fours and he's moving around. And do you guys remember how Haldir described Gollum back in Lorien?
An animal?
Man-shaped, but moves like an animal.
Mm.
And Gollum this whole time, his hands and knees, snuffling the ground, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And naturally, one of the first discussions they have, because they're hobbits, is that they're hungry. And it turns out Smeagol's also hungry and will not eat Lembas. They find out that he is violently opposed to elf food, which leads Sam down a dark path in his brain because he's like, well, if he's not going to eat the bread and there's nothing to fuck around, what is he going to eat? Because he keeps staring at me. And then Tolkien just lets that thought linger with the reader. And it's all very real. But like that's number one on Sam's priority problem list right now is Gollum going to eat me in my sleep? They come to the end of the night and they do all their traveling at night. So what do? It's break time. They find a nice little hidey hole and they set up for a nap to go to sleep. Sam's supposed to stay awake. And so naturally, the very first thing he does is fall the fuck asleep. And like, you guys remember what, 5 pages ago, 10 pages ago, the hobbits were like, we must under no circumstances both be asleep at the same time. Gollum will kill and eat us. So
They
Sam falls
agreed.
asleep immediately after that. But
Frodo's like, I'm gonna take a nap, Sam. He's like, of course you are, Mr. Frodo, and I'm coming too.
To hell and back. Oh God, that's good. But that's very accurate because Sam wakes up suddenly and he realizes the sky is starting to lighten up, and he has slept for like 9 hours. That's how tired he was. But he wakes up, meaning Gollum didn't strangle him in his sleep. And look, even Frodo is asleep, and he's also still alive. But you know, Sam kind of like has an opportunity to save face, right? And Frodo also wakes up about this same time, and he at least was very well rested, which is great because Sam kind of owns up to it, and he says, I could have just gotten us both killed. And Frodo's like, if it's not that, it's something else, man. He's getting very down in this, like, it's a one-way journey, Sam. How much food do we have? We don't need to pack for a return trip on this one, bud. I don't even know if we're going to make it the whole way. Oof. So it's really not a big deal that you fell asleep and that Gollum could have killed and eaten us. It's just one of the things that we're going to face as we go on. So cheer up, bud.
Buck up, Buttercup.
Exactly.
Which is really nice considering the situation they're in.
Right.
Frodo's reaction was like, oh, thank God. I thought he was going to be mad.
Right?
Yeah. He woke up. Especially because like they slept for like 9.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it was like nighttime or not nighttime, but like, yeah, it was like, 4 or 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like being able to travel. So I immediately thought when Frodo woke up, he was going to be like pissy.
Right. And he had that possibility, right? I know I would have been fucking mad, but Frodo is like, we start seeing the effects of what this journey on Frodo are starting to manifest themselves a little more clearly,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's no longer just like down and in his own head. He's outwardly now like, I fucking guess, man, because one of the problems that they have to accept is that they are wholly in Gollum's care, right? Gollum is their guide. Gollum is going to take them into Mordor. The hobbits don't know how to get there. They don't have a good idea. They're not going to make it through this marsh. And not the least of their problems, but at least the fastest of their problems would be if Gollum chose to kill them in their sleep, right? Because he could take them straight to Mordor. He could take them to a dragon's lair. He could take them deeper into the swamp and make them suffer for 3 days and then drown them in a pond. It doesn't matter because Gollum can do all of these things. And Frodo's kind of like, we're 1 day down. Well, guess we'll just get up and do it all over again, right? So that's Frodo's mindset as we journey into the swamp. And it's great because we do actually come to the marsh proper. And they're journeying inwards, and Sam's like, yeah, like, fuck, do we really have to go into this endless bog of like fog and mired shit, and it smells terrible? And Gollum turns back and he gets real sassy. He's like, no, absolutely not. Go back, make a left, and walk until you hit the highway that all of Sauron's minions use. It is the fastest way directly to his dungeon. They will take you right to the man himself. I promise. Because that's what happened to me.
Oh, the sass.
Right?
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Right.
Gollum has a little bit of personality now.
Uh-huh. And well, what's fun is that he's sparring with Sam, and Sam is not taking this well. Sam, the murder meter on Sam is like climbing steadily higher because they go into the marsh proper. And what is this marsh? For the hobbits, for Frodo and Sam traveling through this thing, following Gollum as he leads them deeper and deeper into this like stinking morass, this nightmare landscape. It's nighttime. It's cloudy. They're not even going under the light of the moon. Gollum abhors the sun. He also hates the moon. And I'm sure he hates the stars just a little bit too. But, you can't get all three. So they're in this deepest, darkest part of the night. Usually. I mean, they travel when and how they can. But for them, less light is what they're actually going for. They want to be in near perfect darkness because they're hiding. They are hunted at this point. But what lights they do start to get are these will-o'-the-wisps, these like gassy little flashes of light, like candle lights all around them. And again, there's nothing and no one in this swamp. Nothing and no one. But now they're seeing all these little lights, and it's freaking Sam out a little bit. So he's like, what is this? And Gollum's helpful answer is actually what they are is don't look at them. just don't.
Mhm.
No looky, no touchy.
No look, no touch. Look at me, fat hobbit. No touching.
He's Italian now. Okay.
Well, it's Gollum. He could be anything.
Yeah.
He's going to
It's
change.
Gollum.
He's Gorlami.
That's Gollum.
Gorlami. He's going to change voices a lot. It's fine.
Goyam.
True.
Goyam.
Goyam.
Oh my god.
So anyway, these lights are now kind of like an added misery, a haunting of their experience.
Yeah, he does say they're candles of corpses, right?
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah. We're dealing with corpse candles.
Haunted
Like, what the
shit.
hell does that even mean?
Right.
Want to know?
Right.
Like their corpses are really small and turned into candles?
Yes. You press them into a candle mold and then you light the hair.
This is a candle for ants?
It kind of reminded me of Greek mythology when they ride in the boats to the afterlife
Yep.
and all the souls are in the water.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
Well, they're all 6 inches tall.
No, these are real. You'll see. It gets explained.
And Frodo is getting more and more tired, Sam notices. And he has to keep calling for Gollum to slow down. And one of these times he calls for Gollum to slow down because he turns around and can't see Frodo. So he has to turn around and go back through the water, hopping from like little dry spot to little dry spot, through the mist. And he doesn't dare yell out for Frodo because he doesn't know what's out there. There hasn't been an animal. There hasn't been a bird. Gollum says wiggly things live in the water, but that's never been good. And Sam has to go back and find Frodo. He basically trips over him. Frodo is like half in, half out. He's kind of waking up from a dream. His hands are covered in mud, like to the elbow. And he's just kind of like, "Oh, hi, Sam. Yeah, sure. We'll go."
He felt like he was in a trance when we found him.
Right. Well, Sam trips over him and falls face first into the water. And his face presses in. And he finds himself face to face with like rotting, ghostly corpse faces.
Ooh.
Men, elves, orcs. Rotting, tangled in the weeds, clearly dead, clearly corrupted somehow. And Sam is terrified. And he manages to pull himself up out of the water. And Gollum helpfully explains, this was a battlefield. A lot of people died here. There's faces in there. There's things down there. Do not look at them. Do not go to them. I said do not look and do not go. And yet you look and yet you go. Unless, the fat little hobbit wants to join them and light his fat little candlelight. You can do that. That's a thing you can choose to do, Sam. Or we can get on with business. In Gollum's defense, he admits that he did try to reach the corpses, but you cannot. And why would Gollum want to find a corpse in a bog? He's got to eat something.
That's right. Actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
It's gross.
Well, I like that that's why it was the Dead Marshes. Like, we didn't know until that point that's why it was
Yes.
called the Dead Marshes.
Yes. These are the dead marshes, the marshes of the dead.
Ah.
And I just loved that, like, then Gollum reveals there was this epic battle there, and it was so tragic and so horrific that, like, the spirits will never leave and the ground will never recover.
Yeah.
Like, for eternity, the land has been marked.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's so out of someone who was lived through World War I.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see you
Where
coming
the
up with
bodies
that.
just drifted into the mud.
Yeah, they just pile up like in
And
France.
you were like, bury them, I guess.
And not only that, not only would that haunt the people that were involved, but the
Yeah.
land itself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's never going to be different. It's never going to fully recover.
Yep.
That was I
The
think that was one of my
potatoes
favorite
were
parts
very
of the
interesting that
chapter
year.
so
Oh
far.
my God.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. Because like this is part of the battlefield from when the elves and men joined in the last alliance, when there were Numenorians. Remember when we talked about when Elrond was like, we did it right in my day?
With Isildur.
Yes. This is the one from the very, very beginning, the before times almost.
Okay.
Yeah, because Gollum is not clear about this, right? Gollum is not a what you might call a reliable narrator. We don't even know if he's a good guide at this point.
True.
Yoda is like, fucked, he is.
Well, no, for me, I always have to remember everything's from Gollum's perspective. Instead of like world history, it's just Gollum history.
Yes.
So if you forget that, you can easily misinterpret what
Oh
he's trying
my
to
God.
say here.
Yeah.
Everything is according to Gollum.
It's
world
it's
according
just
to
his
Gollum.
most unhinged article, like his blog. Yes.
One long
And you just have to
sentence.
remember for Gollum, it's either BP or AP. Before Precious or after Precious.
Oh,
No, it really is.
It really
This
is.
is an 800 AP.
This is kind of an interesting world moment, though. I guess we can get to it in discussion, but I don't want to drop it. But this is an interesting world building moment because remember, Gollum comes from like a hobbit-like creature that lived closer to the Anduin, right? And his people had stories about this battle. They had fucking nothing like that in the Shire, right?
Yeah.
So despite the fact that they were both kind of hobbits, both kind of the same.
Dumb question for
Yeah.
you though. Did the hobbits in the Shire know about the war at all? That there even is a dark force named Sauron or anything?
Yes.
Okay, so that was like there was like a base level of knowledge. They weren't completely obnoxious.
Yeah, they understand that there is a dark east and there's a boogeyman monster out there, but like clearly that's like giants and dragons and bullshit.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Gollum didn't actually, or I'm sorry, Smeagol didn't actually live in the Shire?
No.
Damn, I always thought he did.
No, he comes from a people who lived like on the Anduin, like on the west side of the river, the Great
He was
River.
a river hobbit.
Because that's where,
River
remember,
hobbit.
that's
Yeah.
where he found the ring. He
I do
found
remember
it in the Anduin.
Yeah, I remember that part,
And he
but
was
I just
close to
assumed
home.
he had like wandered off. Or
Yeah, because we
something.
all get hung up on the fact that he immediately killed his friend for the ring.
Oh, like 10 seconds.
It's like one.
Yeah,
it's like
it
three
was
quick
very
sentences. It's like
distracting.
where he's from, finds the ring, kills his friend. Moving on.
And I might not have recognized the towns and the landmarks they used when they described where it was from at that point.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I apologize for my earlier comment. We are in fact learning things. But
Did you read this before?
No,
Me neither. That's so
What?
crazy.
in the middle of this podcast.
I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway.
Apparently, fuck us for asking questions.
Weird.
No, this is important. This is fun. I don't even know what to do at this point.
Is Smeagol from the Shire? No, you goddamn idiot!
No, it was not like that.
It's Uh,
Continue, Professor.
all right, as long as the peanut gallery's good. After Gollum gets done his history lesson and gets done sassing Sam, they continue. But Gollum is not untouched by what's going on around him because he is getting a little anxious, a little testy, because Gollum senses something is going to change. The wind is changing. Something is coming. And Gollum does not like it. Doesn't know what it is. Doesn't know what's going to happen.
This thing is going off.
Yes. his Gollum senses are tingling. And remember, they're wrapped in fog at night. And the wind blows through the fog and reveals the moon to them. And they hear this great wind blow. And they feel the beginnings of a terror that they've only felt a few times. And it's the terror of when a Nazgûl has come upon them. When they had the flyby before, something huge and winged and malevolent buzzes over top of them. And like they go face down on the dirt. They are covered in their elven cloaks. Gollum goes into a fetal position and it passes over them. There's a shriek and a swoop and it's gone. And this doesn't feel good for anybody. And it's a while before Gollum will even get up. But after they shake it off and after they get moving, every one of them is changed. This is kind of a pivot moment for the hobbits, for Frodo and Sam, and for Gollum. Sam notices that Gollum goes almost into like this try-hard mode of like trying to be more positive. Like basically, you ever have a friend who like fake laughs way too hard all the time? Like this is that moment, like somebody trying to be cheerful and like whatever, you know, it's fine, everything is good. It's, you know, like Mary in the Old Forest. But it's very much, it feels forced and it feels fake. And Sam is like, I see right through you, motherfucker. I'm going to stab you. He doesn't say it, but he's thinking it very loud. But Frodo's also changed. Frodo he's being weighed down. And he becomes preoccupied with the perception of the Eye of Sauron searching for them. This flyby is a reminder that they are hunted. They are no better than rabbits. They are sneaking at night through a marsh with elven cloaks on because anything less would get them killed. Because Frodo can feel the eye. He can feel where Sauron is. In the same way, Tolkien says, in the same way that anyone can find the direction of the sun with their eyes closed. You know that brightness, you know the exact direction of the sun. That is Frodo's every moment. And the ring is weighing down on him physically. And he's preoccupied with this impossible task. He's sort of accepted that he's going to die as part of this bargain. And that Sam has chosen to do this with him. And what can you do? And Sam notices this. So now Sam is preoccupied with Frodo's well-being. It's really the front of his mind. The back of his mind is still very much, I'm going to kill Gollum the first chance I get. But after that first flyby, because it's not the last time a Nazgûl is going to come near them, they are all sort of drawn back out of the misery, the sheer fucking misery of days on end in a swamp. And they're reminded very quickly that there's a reason they're there. And that reason is that things are trying to find and kill them. So they endure basically 2 days of terror. Just they're not able to put a finger on it. I could put a finger on it. I could tell them it's because they are suddenly aware of their own mortality and the fact that they're in enemy territory. But for them, it's just this endless anxiety that's eroding everything about them, rubbing on every nerve they have.
Yeah, I really felt it reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've never hated a piece of land I've never stepped foot in more in my life.
Right.
I hated every pebble that he described.
Right. Because it's all stinking mud and water and marshy nonsense and
Leprous mountains that vomited. I mean, I want to read their actual quote later, but
yeah.
I mean, it's so descriptive, and it's, I think, some of his most brilliant writing.
Yeah. It's very, very good for that. And one thing he did that I thought was super cool was that, you know, all those marshy nightmare lights that have been following them around and just kind of around? Even those went out when the Nazgûl approached. Even the dead were like, this is not my fight. I don't want anything to do with this.
Shit.
Yikes. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. But the good news is they've made it to the end of the marsh. They've made it through. The land starts to dry up. And as dawn approaches and they find a place to hide, they see that they're, 12 miles-ish or so from the mountains, from the black walls of Mordor. And oh, fuck, it's got to get real for them, right?
Yeah.
They're very close. They're so close, they would be able to smell it if they didn't stink of swamp mud. But any relief they have, any feeling of accomplishment at getting through this marsh is immediately smothered by what's in front of them. Because now they're moving through this no man's land, a manufactured hellscape built by the slaves of Sauron over millennia of dragging basically poisonous soil into heaps, rows and rows, to literally poison the land so that nothing grows, so that it makes the swamp look like a cornucopia. And Sam says, I feel sick looking at this. And Frodo says nothing, because they both understand that this is the direction they're going and it's not better. In that moment, the enormity of what they're facing kind of hammers them. And as a reader, it's super clear they are not at all prepared for this. Not even a fucking little bit.
Yeah.
But they have to. They must go forward. So eventually, in order to find a place to rest, because now there's no fog, there's no growth, there's nothing but these like mounds of poisoned earth that have been dragged out here. Monuments to the toil of the slaves of Sauron that will exist for longer than their purpose will. It will persist forever. This land is unrecoverably poisoned. It will never be better. Nothing will ever grow here. And this is the place they have to move forward into. So they find this crater with like a muddy muck bottom, and they just slide into the crater. and they're just going to sleep there. So when Sam finally wakes up again, but this time he wasn't supposed to be on watch. They just kind of collapsed. It's whatever. And he kind of like peeks around and he notices that Frodo has slid down the crater towards the water. And Gollum is crouched over him. And Gollum is talking to himself. And not like I'm making a grocery list talking to myself. Gollum is having like a multi-person conversation. There are two voices happening. There's Gollum and there's Smeagol. Smeagol's nice. Smeagol has promised Master to take him wherever he wishes to go and never to give him, capital H, Sauron, the ring. And promised to be good. And Gollum is Gollum. Gollum is the creature enthralled by the ring. There is no goodness in Gollum. There is only covetousness. There's only a desire for the ring. And he's trying to convince Smeagol, yes, you promised Master of the Ring that you would protect Master of the Ring and take Master of the Ring somewhere that is not to Sauron. I present to you a technical truth. If we were Master of the Ring, we could treat ourselves very well.
Manipulating son of a bitch.
And Smeagol's like, no, that's not right. That's not true. We promised we'll be good. The nice hobbits, we can't kill the nice hobbits. No. Gollum says, we will not kill the nice hobbit. The fat hobbit, maybe, not the nice hobbit. Nice hobbit's on the good list. But we just need the ring, says Smeagol back. And Gollum responds basically with, if we had the precious, we could eat fish every day, 3 times a day, fresh from the sea. If only we were brave enough to seize the ring, seize precious. We could be powerful enough to protect ourselves. We wouldn't need nice hobbit. We didn't even care about fat hobbit. We would be Lord Smeagol. We would be Gollum the Great. We would be the Gollum.
Just picture it. Nice marquee, New York City, the Gollum.
The Gollum.
A darling Friday night.
Right.
Oh my god.
And Smeagol is slowly getting on board with this like insane murder fantasy because this is what it is. It's Gollum gearing up to throttle Frodo and seize the ring.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even kill him. Maybe just snatch the ring and run. It doesn't matter. But whatever influence Smeagol has is now taking a back seat to the ambition and desires of Gollum. But Gollum says, what if we had help? What if we had friends? No, that's a joke. They don't have friends. But what if we took them to her? She could help us. Smeagol's having none of it. But Gollum is like talking himself up. He's like, if she could help us. She could help us take the precious. And then we would have the precious. And he starts ramping up. And he starts reaching for Frodo. Like getting himself further and further agitated about the fate of the ring and where it's going to go and what's going to happen with it. And at this moment, Sam has decided things have gone entirely way too fucking far. It's getting a little off the farm. So he gives this big fake yawn. Oh, good morning, good evening, whatever. I'm hungry. You're hungry. I know you're hungry. Hey, look, it's Frodo. We're all alive and well, Smeagol, right? Right? And Smeagol back, like, turns on a dime. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's fine, Sam. Everything's fine. This is a great time. And Frodo wakes up and, yeah, they're having a great time. And so they get up and they set off. They leave this stinking shell crater because we'll get back to it, but this is essentially like a World War I shell crater. But they crawl out of this crater towards the enemy where things can only get worse because every step of this journey is going to get worse. And they're barely out of the crater when they feel that terror begin to build again. That terror that a Nazgûl is nearby. And they drop like worms. And they just curl up and they hope to God nothing finds them. And it sort of flies by and is gone. And again, everybody's freaked the fuck out. But it comes a third time. Around midnight. And this time it's still terrible, but it feels more remote. and it feels far away, and it's very brief. But Gollum is having none of it. He is senseless with fear at this moment because Gollum is convinced three times is the charm. Once is an occurrence, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. He knows we're here. He, Sauron, the Eye, knows where the ring is, knows where the precious is. These wraiths are coming to claim it. We're all going to die. It's going to be terrible. And he refuses to get up and go any further, any closer to Mordor until Frodo basically threatens to cut him. Right? Threatens him with a sword and is like, get up. Puts his hand on his sword. And like Sam's probably already thinking about like where exactly the sword is going to go into Gollum. But
I mean, he's served his purpose, right?
right.
He's got him through the
got him
marshes.
through the swamp.
There, yeah.
Got him through the swamp.
Yeah.
And Gollum says, fine. You want to go? We'll go. We'll go see the Black Gate. That's your great fucking idea. We're going to see how much you like it when you lay eyes on it. I have seen this. Not you, me. Hobbits know best. Off we go. And they slink off into this man-made hellscape. Crawling from like rock and pile of like fuming, festering desert with only the wind. No talking. No hope. Nothing to hide behind. Just the wind and the darkness and the 3 of them marching closer to Mordor. That's the end of the chapter.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The Passage of the Marshes was a difficult chapter to read.
Mhm.
No doubt about it. I don't know if I feel like I like this more or less than Treebeard. That was a similar sort of chapter of like a lot of like, oh, there's description of this and a description of that. Like not a lot of plot happening, but just a lot of descriptions of stuff that's happening.
You know what it reminded me of for that one? I actually listened to it. I took your guys' advice and I listened to the Andy Serkis version. And of course, the Gollum Smeagol talk was amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing.
But it took goddamn forever.
Yes.
It was over an hour to listen to the chapter.
Yeah.
And I didn't listen to the Andy Serkis version of the Treebeard chapter, but I imagine it was like that.
He took his
That
time.
one was 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
hated
came in.
Treebeard after that chapter.
I came in hot on that episode. I sat down. I was like, "That's the longest goddamn episode I ever."
It wasn't that
I
long
was-
to just read.
Yeah, I was so mad, but
not that long
that's
to
how we're
write.
doing it. You know,
It
so
was interesting.
there's no change in course now. We've locked
Yeah.
in.
Hmm.
Once I make one decision, I never change it the rest of my life. So
Perfect.
You
We're
know.
friends, right?
Yes.
for now,
We're in. Hey, wait a second.
What?
so I have a question.
hear him?
It kind of right off the bat. What's a glint?
A glint? Like a glint in your eye?
Yeah,
Like a reflection?
A little shine,
a little.
sparkle. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a better description than that.
That's it.
A
Well,
shine
yeah.
or reflection?
Reflection?
Look at Laura's eyes right
So an
now.
eye light
and
is
you
a
see that
glint.
eye light? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a glint.
Okay. That doesn't make sense in the correlation of how Tolkien used the glint.
Oh no. Okay.
What's the context here?
The context is that Gollum was talking to himself, and Sam noticed that Gollum had a glint in his eye when Frodo was brought up or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact phrasing of it, but basically he was like daydreaming and then came back to reality and had a glint in his eye that looked negative and bad. And Sam noticed it and was like, "Oh shit."
Maybe it's just like
So-
a change in expression.
It's when he talked about Baggins, Bilbo, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it says, he guessed it long ago, Baggins guessed it. A glint came into his eyes, and Sam, catching the gleam in the darkness, thought it far from pleasant.
And it also happens when Smeagol Gollum have their discussion over Frodo's sleeping body. Every time Gollum talks, there's a green light in his eyes, and Sam observes that. A flash in someone's eyes is a common literary use, and it just means like you get kind of an intense look, like something, like energy, something happens. This is not the first time where Tolkien has given us a literal light in someone's eyes meaning something, right?
He does it a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot. Like
Yeah.
Aragorn, it happens to Aragorn, it happens with Gandalf, it happens with the elves. It has meaning to us as readers, and it has meaning. It's a literal thing happening in the book. Mm-hmm.
Well, today in fantasy, they love to say his eyes darkened.
Yeah.
Well, their eyes don't
What
go
does that
black.
fucking mean?
But it means they have like this either seductive or like murderous look in their face, and they're trying to be like suggestive.
Right, it's getting
And
sexy.
then I'm the reader that reads it. I'm like, I'm trying to do it. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, well, I wouldn't be the heroine in this story.
How would you describe that face she just made for our listeners?
Oh my God. Go to
For our
YouTube.
audio-only
Just go
listeners.
to YouTube for
Eyes
that treasure.
Did your eyes darken?
Peering into your face.
Well, they darkened, I guess, by going away.
like
The whites in my eyes were gone.
That was a nice Pauly Shore impersonation you did there.
like you're on a date and you're gonna toss a hairball.
Yeah, that's how I get all the men.
Working in.
Well,
Jesus
there is. Oh my God. We don't even need to touch on that, especially for the listeners.
I have also accommodated your.
That's okay. I'm over here. You're
your,
over there.
Your chair because I lost my armrest to my lovely, lovely wife.
I'm just leaning to the left one, so you guys have extra.
We're all leaning left.
Is it
like
fair to say Gollum is probably the worst hiking partner of all time?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh God, no.
No?
Yeah.
You think he's the best?
No, I think that there's definitely worse people you could be on a hike with.
Who?
That in this story?
Oh, in this story or
No,
generally? Well, I'm not going to name names, but like
the Columbine shooter.
anyone from the Donner Party.
Oh my God.
If you don't know who that is,
Look it up.
honestly, yeah,
Just leave it at that.
It's a theme of this podcast.
cannibalism.
Well, Pat, you brought up the Donner Party before.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
You said it
Actually, you
multiple
have.
times.
just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm the problem.
Well, one of the important parts of a good hiking partner is singing songs, I think. Pat might disagree, but I think it's funny
As long as
that.
it's not Hotel California again.
So it's really fun that Gollum sings his first song, I think, unless I'm forgetting something from previous chapters.
Nope.
But he sings about fish because of course he does.
Well,
It actually took me halfway through the song to figure out what he was singing about because it actually sounded really ominous.
yeah, it is.
He's saying alive without breath, as cold as death, never thirsting, ever drinking, clad in mail, never clinking.
Have you ever read The Hobbit?
Yes.
Do you remember that those lines are one of the riddles that Gollum asks Bilbo about when
Definitely not.
yeah.
and it's fun that you should call that the ominous part.
Yeah.
Because in this, Gollum expands on that. Like he sings the rest of the little song, which explains, fish. But it's a deliberate callback
Oh, that's
to
cool.
Really?
when
Yeah.
and Baggins guessed long ago when
That-
he took the precious from
Yeah.
us.
It's
That's what the reference is. Haha, what do we wish? He guessed it long ago. Baggins guessed it.
Oh,
And that's when a glint came into his eyes, and Sam, catching the gleam in the darkness, thought it far from pleasant.
Mm.
Because he's remembering when he lost the ring.
It's at
I
the worst
didn't
moment of his
know.
life.
Yeah, I did
Mhm.
not know what that little
Yeah.
call out means when it
I
says
didn't know
he
what that
guessed
meant
it long
either, which is
ago.
why I asked
Right.
what the fuck the glint thing.
Glint and
Because he was
gleam.
like, he guessed it. And then he was like,
No, he
and
was
I was like,
remembering.
whoa.
That is kind of fun for Gollum.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, it's so simple
Yeah.
compared to all the other fucking insane songs that we've tried to deal with in this book so far.
It also helps that Andy Serkis is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
To
You
be
guys.
honest, I actually didn't enjoy it when Andy Serkis did
You're not
it.
supposed to.
Oh, I get it now.
You're
Well,
supposed to
speaking
endure
of-
it.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Gollum and fish, very shortly after that, he's asleep and Sam doesn't trust it. Sam is like, there's no way he's really asleep. So Sam decides, what does he do
He
to
prods
this
him.
monster that he doesn't think is actually sleeping? Decides to crawl up beside him, prod him, and then whisper, like almost seductively in his ear, fish.
He goes up and he kicks him and he goes, do something.
No, he
It's
literally,
kind of that.
he
It's like-
literally whispers in his ear, fish.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anything would wake up Gollum.
And then he goes, oh, he must really be asleep. I'm like, seriously? Like, if I was afraid of a creature gonna
Sam's the
kill
most
me.
gullible fuck in the entire book.
No, but that's the last thing I would do is get like this close to his teeth and whisper something in
Because
his
he
ear.
believes his own bullshit.
But to
He
be-
believes that is the safest way to find out.
Right. And you know for a fact that if Gollum had opened his eyes, the next line would have been, Sam stuck a knife in his eye.
No, it would have been Gollum put his teeth into Sam's
Gollum
neck.
already
ripped
has
his
a
throat
taste
out.
for Sam's blood.
Yeah.
He already does. That's what I'm saying. After getting
Yes.
bitten on the shoulder, he then whispers lovingly in his ear.
That's why I said Sam's gullible. And he's not gullible even to other people. He's gullible to his own thoughts, where his mind goes, you should do this. That's a good idea. And his brain goes, 1,000%. This is proven in the last chapter when he just goes, he says to himself, I should go first.
Oh yeah, and just throws himself over
But
the
he
cliff.
doesn't know how to climb down. So he just starts throwing his body over.
Do you remember when he threw himself in the river Anduin, even though he couldn't swim?
He's so gullible to his own thoughts.
Because these chapters are Sam's point of view, basically. This is what we're learning right now. We're getting we had Frodo in the early part of the Fellowship of the Ring, but now we're learning about Sam and the character of Sam. Because Frodo is he's beaten down, he's ready for death, but Sam is still just here for it, right?
Yeah.
So Sam is yes but maybe not just thinking it through, right? It's more, it's almost like a YOLO. Like he is just like, you only live once, or it's like, you got to get this done. And he just does whatever is necessary
why he's
because
gullible,
it's
man.
necessary. No, gullible.
Gullible means you don't second guess what's being said. You do not second guess what's being said.
Okay.
Meaning, I take what is said as truth. So when he has the thought, you should go first, he takes it as truth.
It's his own thought.
Yes. And when he says, I should do this, he takes it as truth.
If it's his own thought, I don't think that makes him gullible. I think that, again, that makes him unwise. But secondly,
I disagree. I think you could be you can still be suspicious and curious without being fortified by wisdom.
So he's unwise. He lacks wisdom.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so. No.
I don't like that.
I'll do it.
I still think mine makes more sense than yours.
That's fair.
Because I don't think that an unwise person is the same as a gullible person.
They're not. It's two different things.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Saying you're wrong.
That's okay. I don't give a fuck what Pat says.
Oh my God.
Pat can say whatever he wants to say. I'm saying this is what I think it is.
Well, I think Sam feels like he has something to prove.
Oh my God.
Like a lot to prove. Sam forgets to wake him up, and it's been 9 hours, and they've all been sleeping. And Frodo's like, whatever, it's fine. Don't think of any of your gaffer's hard names. You were worn out, and it's turned out well. And so this is really like insinuating that Sam maybe had a traumatic childhood, and the old gaffer was maybe slightly emotionally abusive with the name calling as a father. So I don't know. It would explain a lot about his lack of self-confidence, his lack of self-esteem.
While he rushes into things to prove himself.
Yeah. He's looking for approval. Maybe from Frodo. Maybe from his father. But
and like, yeah. And as he's like plunging the knife into Gollum for like the 11th and 12th time, who's the mini hammer now, Dad?
Oh my God.
oh no.
There's a term that's used that I don't know what it means. I would like a definition check. Gollum says, one vast fen.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is a fen?
Fen is like a swamp or a marsh.
Swamp, marsh, fen, all these things have technical definitions of like.
It's a very like British word.
This reminds me of like, there was a mirror they looked at.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a mirror that I know.
Yeah.
It was a different mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A fen is a marshy swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of them has salt water in it. The other one doesn't. Like it's like really, there's a lot of these words mean things.
They're ecological definitions.
Yes. But what do they matter for us?
Not much. It wet.
As a non-ecological person, I appreciate you explaining it.
It wet. It's squishy.
There's a moment where Gollum sniffs the air, and he noticed that Sauron was doing something. He went, Sauron's up to something. And I was curious what that smell was.
What is the smell of Sauron doing something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Was it right before the Nazgûl flew overhead?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would assume just rotting death.
I was going to say
What did
bad
Nazgûl
eggs.
smell like?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. It could have been Nazgûl. Could have been, a fart in the wind.
Fart in the wind.
A shift in the atmosphere.
Like
Fart in the dark.
What, fart in the dark. What does a Nazgûl smell like? Like a wet fart in the dark.
Wet fart in the dark.
And
No, that's a Balrog.
What is that smell? You know, but
That's
I
a
thought
hot
that
fart in the dark.
Oh my God.
that's called a heart.
That's a shark.
That's a flaming fart.
Is somebody hearted?
So like what's interesting about that though, again, is it's an information game. You don't know what's going on. Neither does Sauron.
Yeah.
Because everyone who knew what actually happened over in Rohan, like with the hobbits, with Merry and Pippin being captured, and then with Pippin looking into the Palantir, everyone who reports to Sauron who said that is either dead or trapped in Isengard.
Yeah.
Sauron doesn't actually know what's going on.
That's good.
Kind of, because the Nazgûl are still wheeling,
Yeah.
right? Gollum doesn't know what the ultimate goal of this mission is. Because the only time Frodo says it out loud is when Gollum's off hunting for food, like worms and snakes and shit. But
Thank God he steps off to eat. I was like, if I have to get a descriptive paragraph about him tearing something apart like worms, I was like, I'm gonna vomit.
yeah, just like spaghetti, just.
Oh.
But
I was like, I'm done.
Because this is a bit of a change in Frodo's personality and his POV.
Yeah.
He was like, we're going to go do this. I don't know what's ahead, but like, we're going to go do this. We're going to complete this. And now he's like, fuck it. Who gives a shit? We're
Well, I
going
don't
to
really
die.
blame him after the way the terrain is described. I mean, they spent days, hours in this.
But Frodo wasn't listening to Tolkien talk.
No, but he's experiencing it. And if we're just reading about it on the page, I mean, just listen to this. Here, nothing lived. Not even the leprous growths that feed on rottenness. The gasping pools were choked with ash and crawling muds, sickly white and gray, as if the mountains had vomited the filth of their entrails upon the lands about. High mounds of crushed and powdered rock, great cones of earth fire blasted and poison stained, stood like an obscene graveyard in endless rows, slowly revealed in the reluctant light. And then proceeds to talk about how the sun doesn't want to rise on this godforsaken land. I mean, just that paragraph alone, I'm like, I'm about to be like, this is a suicide mission. We're dead. Like,
Which
this
way to
is it.
Gondor?
We read that and we both looked up from our book and went, fuck that.
I have never hated a land more in my life that's fictitious or I've never been to. I
Yeah.
hate this place.
But that's the perfect response.
Right.
But
That's what I'm
wait.
saying. He's so good. Like Tolkien is a master.
Yeah.
Like it's such great writing.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, after 5 days of that, you probably would be like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Like this is where it ends.
To live through that swamp and then get to this shit and look back behind you, go, that's a green paradise. Fuck.
Didn't somebody tell them like early on, like this quest can succeed as long as hope remains?
Several people have.
And
Yeah.
now
Galadriel.
Frodo is like completely devoid of hope.
Oh.
But there's a couple
Yeah.
more little things in their pack that they forgot about.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the thing that is really interesting about the way that Tolkien's writing this is that there is a legitimate characteristic change in his writing style. Everybody knows he took 18 years to write this book. One of those things that I noticed changed is that Tolkien is in this chapter making you hate something by description rather than by action. We have characters who had reactions to it, but the plot didn't change, the environment didn't change.
Even
And
the
so
mountain.
it was a really cool, like
Even
it just,
Caradhras was like a bad place.
exactly.
But it
Like
was what
something
happened there.
caused you to go.
Yeah.
Like Caradhras was a place that like actively tried to fuck the characters
Yeah.
and ruin their journey, and you're like, oh, now I hate this place.
But it wasn't the place, it was what happened.
right. It's
Right.
action based, not
And if this
description.
Is, this is just the land that Sauron created. How much more evil and awful is Sauron? It just is painting that picture where he barely is even a character.
Yeah.
And
The
he's
land is a character.
Right, but I'm saying like the land that he lives on
Yeah.
is this foreboding and awful.
Because it's an extension of his will.
Right.
He created this by design. And you guys are getting into the story, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Like really though, it's great to see you guys like really get invested in these themes and these ideas, because like that's the genius of Tolkien's writing.
Yeah, you can really feel like the vestiges of his war trauma.
Especially
In
in
this
this
chapter.
book, but especially this chapter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, after all that misery, there was a nice little light reprieve on the like second to last page where Frodo strangely wakes up refreshed.
Yeah.
He had this delightful dream where this very positive, fair vision came in. As a first time reader, did you have any guesses? Like, what did you think it was about, or do you have any thoughts?
In this moment, I had my mind was blown. First of all, I don't know how it worked. I don't know if it happened at all. But my first thought was Gollum took the ring.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, because he felt nice. Because the weight was
He was
lifted.
reaching over. Sam interrupted him, but we don't know. They never addressed what happened. And that perhaps Gollum did take the ring. And because there's no reason whatsoever for Frodo to wake up refreshed with, and it says something like he woke without a weight on his heart or something. It says like a weightlessness or something.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, that's so interesting that it's phrased that way.
Yeah, his burden was less heavy and his
like
heart
if
was lighter.
The burden. We know that the ring is what maybe a chapter, 2 chapters ago was referred to as the burden.
Right.
And so it's like he feels burdenless.
And it was also something.
The ring is
sorry.
not on his body. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, you think Gollum actually has the ring?
I think that the ring is not on Frodo's body.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know how, and I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's what if I'm just taking this at face value, and we know that there's only, in this entire fucking franchise, there's one thing that's been referred to as the burden. And Frodo wakes up burdenless. That tells me that the ring is not on his body. It may or may not be, but that's what that's telling me.
That's why I like that.
I didn't really think much of it. I guess if I had to think into it, the fair vision reminds me of Galadriel. Or
Oh, there it
elves,
is.
Or, something that
Also
he really
interesting.
enjoyed.
Yeah, also very interesting.
Or Goldberry.
Or Goldberry.
He needs to bring her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just having his little dreams. What do you think his dream was?
I also felt like a elvish, like that kind of light magic, because it said it was something that could visit him in this land of disease and not be touched. Like nothing in the dream was tainted by everything around him. It was just pure light.
Yeah.
So I was like, it has to be something elvish, but I don't remember because, like I said, I read this 20 years ago. So
Yeah,
I was just curious because it really hit me the second time, and I was like, I wonder what you guys think.
Yeah. So to get into that though, real quick. So Gollum has the ring now. Now he's Lord Gollum. He's Lord Precious, master of all. like that's fun, right?
I love it. I wrote down the fact that Lord Smeagol, Gollum the Great, the Gollum, and the is like capitalized, like all 3 letters.
The big Gollum.
Like the Tolkien wanted you to go the Gollum to know how ridiculous it was, and it made me think about if you were to find the ring, much like Sauron did, and what did he name himself, or what do people call him? Like the Dark
Lord.
or whatever. Bilbo is like notoriously known by Gollum. He's given the title by Gollum, like the thief. What exactly, if you found the ring, would you name yourself? What title would you take?
Again, it goes back to what is your intent, right?
Mhm.
It's like Galadriel's like, I would fix the rights of the world. Gandalf is like, I would start by doing the good thing.
What would okay, so let's set this up.
What would I call myself?
What would Gandalf be? Gandalf the Great, maybe?
I think it would just be the White Wizard.
You would just become the White Wizard,
Mhm.
right? So what's Galadriel's name? Galadriel the Wise or whatever the fuck
Was
her
she?
name is.
She was, when she was referring to herself, when she was having that vision,
She said a thing.
she was like the
I don't
great
remember
and
what
dreadful or something.
Yeah.
The great and terrible, or
the Great and Terrible,
Yeah.
right?
All
Like,
would
like
love
everybody
me
kind of like
and-
names are like, this is who I would be.
All would love me and despair, says
Yeah.
Galadriel.
So who would you be?
I think for me, my temptation would be if I had a power to be able to commune with the dead or to like go into that, plane. So because of that, I think it would totally turn me evil and I'd accidentally just kill everything or something like that. So I'd probably be like I don't know, like not the Queen of Death, but something to do with like, not like almost similar to Hades.
Robbie
like,
the Red?
but something with the
R.E.A.D.?
underworld, like underworld, like
The Queen of Peace.
Queen of the Damned.
I just feel like I would go after these lofty intentions of like communing with dead people and bringing people to the other side peacefully and not making it scary. And I'd just be a
But
death
what would
demon.
you want to be known as?
I don't know.
What would be your title? You are not allowed to call me by my name. You must refer to me as blank.
Queen of the Damned? I don't know.
Queen of the Damned.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
El Jefe.
I feel like if I had unlimited power, I would do whatever I wanted, which would include a lot of baking. And I'd probably be a shithead too. So maybe like The Sweet and the Terrible.
Ooh,
Oh, I like that.
The Sweet and the Terrible is great. I think for me, I would want people to refer to me as Christopher the Mighty.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you have to prove you're mighty all the time?
I don't have to prove anything.
Right.
That's what they have to refer to me as.
Right. What happens if they don't? What if they say it's regular Chris?
I can prove I'm mighty in 5 seconds.
How would you do it?
He's
Boromir blows his horn and says, y'all are regular ass Chris. You ain't nothing.
I would take the closest person to me and I would twist their head 180 degrees around their neck.
See, guys, I've got to be real. We're all getting very evil with no...
You think that I'm doing this against a good person. I could be doing it against a bad person.
Chris, it's bad to snap the heads off people
It's
who talk back to you.
never bad to kill bad people.
Ooh.
Okay,
Maybe
I'm
you
going to
shouldn't
Gandalf
go on record saying
No,
that.
I'm going to Gandalf at you real quick. Who are you to decide who
I am
should-
Christopher the Mighty. I decide who lives and dies, bitch. You just asked me how I could prove I'm mighty. I make the decisions nobody else can make. You can't handle the truth.
Oh my God.
I am Jack Nicholson in that movie.
And then Elrond shows up with a few thousand elves and a bunch of guys at your front door.
I'm not here to live 4,000 years. I want to live 112 years, go in and out like a blazing shooting star.
Exactly 112 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's honestly a great number.
By the way, I'm a hobbit in this.
Okay, that's even better. You're like this
You have
tall.
to get a ladder to twist it.
Yeah, I'm Christopher the Mighty. I'm 3'4".
Come down here. I'm going to pull your head off.
Most of it's my hair.
Okay, all right. So I would be Pat the Hungry because I am very snacky. So I would like to know, what is the snack?
Oh, all right. Good lead
Apparently,
in.
we're having a snack now.
Good lead
Right
in.
now.
It's time for food
Or-
for thought.
I want snack now or Chris will unplug your head.
Yikes.
Done deal.
Woo. All right, let's go.
I'm scared.
So this is my interpretation of the swamp, the marsh that they just walked through. Obviously, it's a take on like the cauldron, the witch's cauldron Halloween beverage, but we've made it adult for ourselves.
What?
We have
My
actual dry
The
question
fog
is
is like bubbling and just exploding.
is
I
this
love it.
edible?
Sure is.
So for our listeners, what my insane wife has done it's some kind of yellow-green foam in a bowl, floating in a larger bowl of dry ice. And I think there's some dry ice in the inner bowl and it's bubbling and this is a nightmare.
Well, there was a lot of mist and fog in the swamp that they were walking through,
Yeah.
so I had to have the dry ice.
This is a bowl of heartburn
Yes, most likely.
that you're asking me to consume.
To be incredibly clear, Laura decided to feed us the worst parts of the chapter.
Yeah. It's
I don't know. I
vivid.
think what Gollum ate behind the rock is probably the worst parts of the chapter.
Laura, what are we supposed to do with
As
this?
far as I can tell, there's no human faces in this.
It'd be even better if
candlelight.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna serve you guys. 'cause-
Thank you.
it'd be even better if
Like birthday candles?
Don was in the floor and his hand came out and grabbed us. Ah!
Oh my good. It's chunky
That
and
has dry ice in it.
it's chunky and green.
Can you drink dry ice? Okay.
Oh my god, there's chunks in it and it's on purpose. Laura?
What about the dry ice that's in it?
No, there's one piece and it's bubbling. What is in this? You said it was a take on witch's brew and then it turns out it's chunks?
I'm not going to lie.
That looked like
I'm not going to lie to you right now. For the last, what episode is this?
36?
36? The last 35 weeks that we've done this, I've been really excited to consume the food for thought. I am not excited to consume this.
I can't wait.
I don't want to do it. It looks dangerous and scary. It's bubbling.
Cheers.
I've never had a bubbling thing before.
To the Dead Marshes.
to the dead marshes.
green and awful.
To the dead fools. All right. Cheers.
Godspeed.
Full of a tuck.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
It kind of tastes like a Moscow Mule, but with ice cream.
Good is one way of describing it.
Oh Chris.
All right, hold on, because
I also have whiskey in mine, so that's a little different.
Oh, there's the whiskey.
I kind of thought that would ruin the flavor, but that was your choice.
No, it tasted. It's good.
No way.
Trade.
I don't like whiskey.
You'll like it. Chris is twitching out, but this is fine.
Oh my God. So Pat and I put a little bit of Irish whiskey in our glass before she poured it in, which was nice.
Yes.
I did vodka.
Look,
I'm really digging the ice cream.
so there's
Ice cream's good.
there's green ice
You
cream
guys
in
want
this.
to know what's in this?
Yeah, what the fuck is this
This is
woman?
half a can of limeade concentrate, the frozen stuff. 2 cans of ginger beer.
2 cans.
2 cans
Two
of ginger
cans of
beer.
Sam.
And 1 can
Wise.
of seltzer.
Nice.
Mango seltzer. And then green tea ice
I
cream.
didn't know we were having bird drink.
There's no birds in the Dead Marshes,
She
Laura.
said there's 2 cans.
2 cans.
There can't be 2 cans in the Dead Marshes. That's canonically incorrect.
2 can Sam.
2 can Samwise?
This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
it's very refreshing.
Yeah, I'm actually
It's
enjoying it
actually
quite a
pretty
bit.
fucking good.
I don't even find it.
It's a little tart. It's a little tart. It's a little spicy.
The recipe called
That's the
for
ginger
like
beer.
3 cans of ginger beer
Wow.
and a cup of rum.
It comes with a burden.
Yeah, it
Wait,
does.
a cup of rum?
Yeah.
So to be clear, this was meant to be like 25% alcohol.
Yeah.
Rum would have been great.
I know.
Better
Don't
than
have any.
whiskey.
But I cut it with seltzer instead of rum so that it wouldn't be quite so
Boozy.
Yeah.
boozy and like sweet. I think it was going to be like cloyingly
Well, rum
sweet.
is really like sugary.
Yeah.
What?
It's very
I've
sugary. I
never
he
thought
said.
rum was sweet.
Rum is just one of
Rum
the
is
sweetest
extremely
drinks.
Oh.
One of the sweetest
Not if
liquors
I
you can
drink
buy.
it.
The only
straight.
thing that you can get that's more sweeter than is when you get like that. What's that? Like Rumpelmans
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah. God.
Jaeger. Like those are
Or-
the only. There's a few that are
Yeah,
like
I mean, I
more,
drink some
but-
sweet stuff like amaretto,
Like a
Di
honey liqueur.
Serrano, Yeah.
Well, those are liqueurs.
Oh,
Laura's
I see.
very sensitive to the
Rum is not a liqueur; it's a
Right.
liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 1,000% more sweet than whiskey, than gin, than vodka, than tequila. Especially if it's spiced rum. Oh my god!
Oh, spiced rum. Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my
vanilla.
God, yeah,
I love
that
it.
shit's fucking candy bars in a drink.
You guys may have forgotten about the question that I posed last week, but I haven't. Our party is confronted with a giant smelly swamp. What would Aragorn do? What would he have done different than the party did in fact do?
He would have tied Frodo and Sam to his feet, like the things that people tie their feet when they're walking on the snow.
snowshoes.
No, well, they look like tennis rackets.
Yeah, snowshoes.
Those are snowshoes. Snow hobbits. Hobbit
Snobbits?
shoes?
You keep saying
Hobbit shoes?
snowshoes. Do you mean like medieval snowshoes?
No.
Because I have snowshoes and they don't look like tennis rackets.
No. They're the big wide
snowshoes.
things that help you walk in the snow.
What
Those
do
are
you
called
have that's
snowshoes.
called a snowshoe?
Get your phone out right fucking now.
Okay.
I'll give you $100
Ooh, we're making a bet.
if you Google snowshoes and that's what's popping
Okay.
up.
All right,
I want more ice
$100.
cream.
We're gonna shake on it.
$100 in quarters. If when you Google snowshoes, what pops up is those stupid fucking tennis racket shoe things. That
Yeah.
click
Okay.
in.
So that's what I think is gonna happen. What do you think is gonna happen?
I think you're going to get snowshoes, which are shoes you wear in the snow. They come up around. They're
Snow
waterproof.
boots is what he thinks is going to come up.
But we've already agreed. I get $100 in quarters.
Okay. I'm also going to look this up
Okay.
and we'll see. We're just going to simply go to google.com.
Okay, Chris, hold out your phone, and I've got it loaded. I haven't hit search yet.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
Are we spelling snowshoes the same way? 1, 2, 3.
Go.
I get $100.
Well, that's not fair.
Also, in quarters.
Technically, they were the third thing.
Okay, so show me whatever the fuck you were talking about was.
No, it's fine.
You mean snow boots, hon?
I guess I meant snow boots.
That's amazing because our results are even different, but yours are more accurate than mine to my prediction.
All right, I lose.
Yay!
Well,
$100.
My thought was that Aragorn definitely would not have cut through the swamp because at one point it said that anybody heavier than a hobbit would have just sunk all the way in.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would have had to find a way around.
And
They
he
would have
wouldn't-
had to do the highway, I guess, and just fight everybody on the highway.
And die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have like sacrificed himself so that Frodo could run forward. And just would have been taken into the dungeon.
He would have been a
Unless
waste.
he used his shadow play, because there was also when he was at the Prancing Pony, he just ran through the non-shadow, looked like a shadow, and flipped over
Oh,
a
yeah.
gate. So if you could do that with the gate, that'd be wonderful.
I think what Aragorn would have done in that moment is grab Gollum by the back of his neck and hold him over a fire until Gollum told him the best way to get into Mordor.
I agree.
Mm.
I think there's zero chance in hell that Aragorn would have fucked with these marshes at all.
Or let Gollum live. So what would
Yeah.
Aragorn have done, Chris?
He would have left.
Gone left?
Given up.
He just was nope.
He would have gone back to
Back to Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith.
Actually, this whole chapter would be him just talking about how he needs to make the decision, but he needs to go to sleep first. But then he needs to find food, but then he needs to light a fire, but then he needs to, oh wait, Nazgûl, but then he needs to do something else. Frodo, what do you think? You have the burden. we would have just been circling and
Yeah.
finally the chapter
I
would have
agree
ended.
1000%.
We would have
Still be
complained about.
deciding.
So Aragorn, son of Arathorn, would have punted.
He would have complained about having to make a decision until somebody else made it.
Yes.
He would have made himself airborne.
Hi-oh.
Airborne.
I'm not thrilled with this chapter, but I accept it. I accept it for what it was. I accept it for what it presented to us as readers. But even more so, I'm a lot more excited about the next chapter
That's fair.
because I'm fucking done with these marshes, man. I'm
Yeah.
done with them. I want the deserts. I want fucking Mordor. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go.
Tired of the wets. He wants the dries.
What is? I'm ready to get into Mordor.
Ooh, it's gonna
What's
be
the name
so
of the next
bad.
chapter?
The Black Gate is closed.
What are you talking about?
Wah,
Oh
wah.
no!
What do you mean it's closed?
I'm not kidding. That's the name of the chapter. The Black Gate is
We
closed.
are here. I need it to be open.
Right.
It's just like fucking breathe.
Didn't Gollum say they could just knock on the door and everything would be not okay?
I'm going to send a letter.
Oh.
I'm going to complain. I'm going to go full Karen.
To the
I'm going to
Tolkien
go full
Foundation?
Boromir.
Full lobelia.
Full Lobelia.
You're going to poke you full of holes and put you in a boat?
Full Lobelia. Full Lobelia. Lobelia is hard to say. Full Lobelia Boromira. That's my daughter's name, by the way.
Sackville, son of Gondor.
I'm ready. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another week of Full of a Took. This has been an amazing time talking about chapter 2 of book 4 of Lord of the Rings from the Two Towers, which is the passage of the Marshes.
Marshes.
The passage of the Marshes. Man, that's a fucking tongue twister when you say that.
One more time. Real clean.
The passage of the Marshes. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our audio podcast, to our social media channels. We love doing this for you guys, and we love talking about this and just having fun. Next week, we have The Black Gates Are Closed.
accent. So just seems-
God!
What the fuck just happened? We just lost a co-host. She ate the dry ice.
Oh no.
Taken to...
Correct?
Gonna take her to the hospital.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
She's giggling.
She's giggling until the dry ice comes out her nose.
Look, until I hear...
If she sneezes, it'll go up her eyelid.
Look, if I don't hear thump bump, she's fine.